Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Tune English. I'm Emma, and I'm really happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Jack. Whether you're listening while walking, resting, or quietly avoiding something you should be doing, we're glad you chose to spend this time with us.
Today's conversation is about something very real. Learning English in a way that actually lasts, not just for a few days, but over time.
Yes, because many people start with strong energy, then slowly stop without even noticing.
Exactly. And we want to talk honestly about that. No pressure, no perfect plans, just real habits.
Emma, can I ask you something simple?
Of course.
Do you think learning English is easy?
I think parts of it can be fun, but overall, no, it's not easy, and that's okay.
I agree. Saying it's easy sometimes makes people feel bad when they struggle.
Yes, struggling doesn't mean you're bad at English. It means you're learning.
That's such an important point.
To really learn English, the first thing people need is not a textbook or an app.
It's a decision.
Exactly. A quiet decision that English matters.
Because if English is always optional, it's easy to skip.
Life gets busy very quickly.
Work, family, tired days, bad weather.
And English disappears.
So instead of asking, do I feel motivated today, a better question is, how can I keep English in my day?
And that doesn't mean studying for hours. To study for hours.
Please don't try to study for hours.
That's how people burn out very fast.
Short, daily contact works much better.
Even 20 minutes a day is enough if it's consistent.
Consistency is stronger than motivation.
Motivation comes and goes, and that's normal.
Habits stay, even on bad days.
Let's imagine a normal day. You wake up, check your phone.
That moment already has learning potential.
Change your phone language. Read simple English posts.
Watch a short video. Listen to something in English.
Listening is a great starting point for most people.
And actually, you don't need to understand everything.
If we waited to understand everything, none of us would be here.
That's very true.
Your brain is still working even when you don't realize it.
It's learning sounds, rhythm, and patterns.
Just like when children learn their first language.
They don't understand everything, but they keep listening.
Listening builds a foundation.
But learning doesn't stop there.
No, you also need to be active.
And that usually means speaking.
Speaking makes many people nervous.
Because they're afraid of mistakes.
Everyone wants to sound perfect immediately.
But that's not how language works.
Mistakes are part of progress.
Silence is more dangerous than mistakes.
A simple way to practice speaking is talking to yourself.
It sounds strange, but it works.
And no, it doesn't mean you're weird.
It just means you're practicing.
Describe what you're doing, what you're thinking.
Say simple sentences out loud.
Your mouth needs practice, not just your brain.
Pronunciation improves through use.
Another helpful habit is writing.
Writing slows your thinking down in a good way.
You don't need to write a lot.
3 to 5 new words a day is perfect.
5 words sounds very small, but it's powerful.
Over time, it adds up.
Write them down, then read them again the next day.
Small actions repeated daily create big results.
Over time, you'll be surprised by how much you know.
But Emma, learning isn't only about effort.
No, it's also about balance.
People are not machines.
If we were, learning would be much easier.
Rest matters.
Sleep matters.
A tired brain doesn't learn well.
Taking care of yourself is part of studying.
English should fit into your life, not fight against it.
There will be days when you feel tired or busy.
That's normal.
What matters is not quitting completely.
Missing one day is not failure.
Stopping forever is.
So even if you stop for a moment, you come back.
Always come back, even if it feels slow.
Learning English is a long journey.
And you don't walk it alone.
We're walking it with you.
When we talk about learning English for a long time, I think patience is something we can't ignore. Many people want fast results.
Yes, everyone wants to feel confident as soon as possible.
But language doesn't really work like that.
It grows slowly, quietly, sometimes without you noticing any change at all.
And that can be frustrating.
Very frustrating, especially when you feel like you're trying.
You study, you listen, you practice, but your English still feels weak.
That's usually the moment people start doubting themselves.
They think something is wrong with them.
Or they think they're not good at languages.
But most of the time, that's not true.
It's not about talent, it's about time and exposure.
Learning English is more like growing a plant than building a wall.
You don't see change every single day.
But if you keep watering it, something is happening.
Even on days when it feels boring.
Boredom is actually very normal.
Some days, English feels exciting.
Other days, it feels heavy.
That doesn't mean you're failing.
It just means you're human.
One thing that really helps people continue is lowering expectations.
Yes, expect progress, not perfection.
You don't need to sound like a native speaker.
You just need to communicate.
Being understood is already success.
Confidence comes later.
And confidence grows from experience,
From many small conversations.
from many small mistakes.
Mistakes are actually useful.
They show you what to improve.
And they mean you're using the language.
Silence teaches nothing.
Even a simple sentence spoken with effort matters.
Another thing that helps people keep going is having a personal reason.
Not just English is important.
English helps me.
Maybe for work.
Maybe for travel.
Maybe to watch movies without subtitles.
Or to talk to new people.
When learning connects to your real life, it feels lighter
It stops feeling like homework.
and starts feeling like a tool you actually use.
That's why we focus on simple, real English.
Not complicated, not perfect.
Just English you can use every day.
Another important thing is being kind to yourself.
That sounds simple, but many people forget it.
They compare themselves to others.
Or to an unrealistic version of themselves.
Comparison steals motivation.
Everyone's journey looks different.
Different speed, different path.
The only person you should compare yourself to is yesterday's you.
Even small improvement matters.
Understanding one more sentence matters.
Feeling a little more comfortable matters.
These are real wins.
And they add up quietly over time.
Emma, many learners worry about stopping and starting again.
Yes, they feel guilty when they stop.
And that guilt makes it harder to come back.
So here's something important to remember.
Stopping doesn't erase your progress.
Everything you learned is still there.
You're not starting from zero again.
You're starting from experience.
Coming back is always better than quitting forever.
Always.
Even if you stopped for weeks,
Or months.
you can still come back.
English will wait for you.
It's patient.
Just like we should be with ourselves.
Another thing that really helps is community.
Learning alone can feel heavy.
Learning together feels lighter.
Listening to podcasts like this.
Reading comments,
Knowing other people are learning too.
that feeling matters more than people think.
Over time, English slowly becomes part of your routine.
Like brushing your teeth.
Or having coffee in the morning.
You don't think about it too much anymore.
You just do it.
And that's when learning feels natural.
Not fast, but steady.
Steady is better than fast.
because steady lasts.
So if you're listening right now and feeling unsure or tired or a little lost,
That's okay.
you're exactly where you need to be.
Just listening today is already a step, a small but real one.
And tomorrow, you can take another one.
One sentence, one word, even a short conversation.
They all matter.
We truly believe if you stay patient and kind to yourself, you will surprise yourself.
One day, English will feel easier,
Not perfect, but comfortable.
and that feeling is worth the effort.
Before we finish today, we just want to say thank you for being here.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
Thank you for letting us be part of your English journey.
We'll be here again, ready to practice with you.
Same voices, same space, same goal.
Learning English together, step by step.
Take care of yourself this week.
Study gently, not harshly.
And remember, you're always welcome back here.
Bye-bye, everyone. We'll see you next time on Talk Tune English.